Hello and welcome to another episode of A Trini in Atlanta. Today, Shafik is not with me. He should come back in a little bit. He went to the gym. He said he can't miss the gym 2 days running because yesterday he took me to the errands. So we are going to make some mashed potatoes today. Mashed potatoes, I love. It's one of my favorite, but it have to be garlic mash. I really does love this. We're going to make some sauteed mushroom sauce, some cream sauteed mushroom sauce. And I'm going to do some vegetables. I have some broccoli here, and I have some jalapenos in the sink that is seeded. I'm going to cut that up and do a little stir fry with that. And I have some New York strip here. I'm going to season them and we're going to make some steaks. So it's going to be steaks, mashed potato, vegetables, cream mushroom sauce, and throwing out in the air fryer. I have some stuffed scallops that I'm going to cook. Then I'm going to base it with a little bit of seasoned butter. I don't have any lemon, but I have a lime, and I'm going to squeeze some lime into it. And we're going to have that today. So I'm going to put some butter into the microwave, soften the butter, and then add it to the scallops, the stuffed scallops. So that is what we are making today. And we have some Hawaiian rolls here. So we are going to serve that with some Hawaiian rolls as well. So let's get started. So here I have some, I'm going to light the fire and put the potatoes up to boil. So here I have some potatoes boiling. And right here I'm going to wash these mushrooms, wash these jalapenos. I'm trying to get the seeds out because they might be a little too hot if I don't get the seeds out to make it eat. So I have this here. So I'm going to julienne these, and then I'll decide. So I'm going to julienne these for a while that potatoes is coming up to a boil. I'm going to julienne these, and I'm going to, you can come Pretty is doing her laundry, and put some onion, some garlic as well, and saute this up with a little bit of chicken stock. That's the same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to use, I don't have any beef stock to make the mushroom sauce, but I'm going to use chicken stock, which is not as good, but it's not crazy. You can get away with it. So while I'm doing this cutting, I haven't done some shout outs in a while, so I just want to give shout outs, starting with my sisters who's always there for me. Brenda and Jennifer. I don't see Dira as much, the one that lives in Tobago, but when she is here, we get to hang out a lot. But I miss her every day. So I have some broccoli here that is frozen and pre-washed, which is all good to me. And so I'm going to use this, saute this with this, saute a piece of onion. I'm going to cut the onion. And so I have this. I'm going to excuse me. That's the pepper. Pepper is making me sneeze. So this will be here. This will be here, and I don't think we need more than that because I'm doing this mushroom here to make the sauce, and I'm going to add a little bit of the mushrooms in it as well, because I have it, and just use a little bit for the sauce. The sauce to go with the steaks. I'm going to try cutting them up smaller so that it wouldn't take as long to cook. But I'm going to leave these that side to saute with the rest of vegetable. I want to say a big shout out to my brother Paul and Peter in Trinidad. Hopefully Peter's supposed to be coming home at the end of the month, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. And my two other brothers, Palmer, that's the oldest one, and my youngest brother Perry. So I saw them earlier on this year, but I just want to say a big shout out to them. I want to say a big shout out to my staff who's always there to me. Owen, who always takes care of everything by Tassa, and Nad, and Shireen, and everybody who helps me constantly by Tassa. And I just want to say a big shout out to everybody. So when Peter comes, I'm hoping he can maybe be able to come help me a little bit. I don't know if he will, but I don't know how long he's staying. If he's staying, he might be able to come on board for a little bit. Because let me tell you, staff is not the easiest thing to find, because Georgia is not, there's not a whole bunch of Trinis. So to get people to help you, you either have to not hire Trinis and train other people, which has worked out well for me. Because two of the people who helps me, a whole bunch are Jamaicans, and they have been a godsend. They have been a godsend. So maybe somebody else will come, and that will help too. I want to say a big shout out to my dear friend Shanti Jinku from Trinidad. Shans, I am always thinking of you. And I saw you earlier this year. Maybe it's time for you to get your visa and come and look for me here instead of I only going to look for you. So that would be amazing. I want to say a big shout out to Lennox Odit and his family, he's been my friend for as long as I can remember, who introduced me to Shafiq, and who is still Shafiq's best friend up to now. So this is cut fine, and this is just to make the cream sauce. So I'm going to leave that there, take a little more. Just leave a few of this, because I don't want too much mushroom in the sauce. I'm not a big mushroom eater, I can't tell you I am, but I think it makes good sauce. So this mushroom makes good sauce for the steak. So that is why I'm going to make it. But like that, I like it. But like this, I like it mixed with other stuff. I am not the kind of person who will saute mushroom alone. That's not my thing. So this is done. I want to say a big shout out to my cousin Suzanne. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I forgot to add some salt before the water in this potatoes. I'm just going to add a little. I don't want to add too much, because I'm going to add some butter some garlic butter, and see how it goes. Okay, and then I'll put whatever else it needs in there. But for right now, I'm just going to let that cook there. I'm going to put up a little saucepan and cook that mushroom, make that mushroom sauce. Put up a little saucepan to make this. And when this is hot, I'm going to add some of this seasoned, it's the same Kerrygold, but just as a seasoned Kerrygold butter with garlic and herbs. That is what this having. So I'm going to add some of that in that. going to do some of this fresh garlic for this and for this. But before this is happening, let me put some butter, a little dollop of butter, not too much. Don't want to get crazy. Because the mushroom will absorb everything anyways. And when it's almost done, you'll put the next dollop to thicken the sauce. So for now, this is what. When that comes to that melt, and then we'll take it from here. I want to go ahead while I'm here, and I'm going to season these steaks so that they're going to sit for a little while. I've had this steak sitting at room temperature for almost 2 hours. So I'm going to add some oil to this, both sides. Just the both sides of it, I'm going to add a little oil. And then I'm going to season it, but I'm adding the oil so when you add the oil to the steaks, you do not have to add oil to the pot when you are making the steaks, and that will help you a lot in the sense that it doesn't smoke as much when you add the salt after. My freshly ground black pepper. My freshly ground black pepper. Yeah. So I have some. I'm going to do some freshly ground black pepper here. So this is ready, and I'm going to turn this. I'm going to stick this in there. I'm going to stick this in here. Let it saute a little bit. Let this come to a little saute, and then I'm going to grind. Okay, so I'm going to add some black pepper and black. I'm going to add some black pepper and some salt. Generous amount of black pepper. More black pepper than salt, because my husband don't eat a lot of salt, so I don't want to overdo it with a lot of salt. And I'm going to add some salt to this. Okay, so continue with this black pepper a little bit. Okay, and do the same thing on the other side. A little black pepper and salt on the other side. So, salt, no more salt than that, and some black pepper. Not a comfortable grind. Let me see if this one will stick. This one doesn't work at all. Okay. I'll have to let Jackie see about it. That doesn't work at all. I'm guessing that's why I bought this one, because that one had stuff in it. Let's see what's happening here, and this is sauteed. Nicely done. Nicely done. And this is going to sit here for a little minute until while it things before I'm not ready for that yet. While that is doing, let me see how this is going. This is boiling perfect. So this is just 3 medium potatoes that I peel and I cut them up and I put it there. The toe. Here it is. I'm going to get a piece of onion, not a big piece. Not a big piece of onion, because I don't want for the onion flavors to take over in the sauce. So I'm not going to add a huge piece of onion. And you could even add shallots if you had that. because shallots would be a gentler taste on it, but I don't have any shallots and I didn't go anywhere to get any shallots today. So I'm using just a little bit of onion, and I'm cutting it as small as you can, and I'm going to continue that. This is just for flavor. Same thing I'm going to do with one nice big grain of garlic. I'm going to do the same thing and cut it up. Okay, and stick this in here as well. And let it continue sitting there for a little minute. Okay, then I'm not going to add any salt to this. And the reason why I'm not adding any salt to this is because I'm putting some of this chicken broth and I'm not sure how salty this is. So I'm not going to take chances that it's got too salty and I have to throw it out. So better I add salt because I can't take out. So let this boil, and hopefully by the time this is done boiling, this will it'll be soft enough. Then I'll just add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to do that. So here we have the potatoes. I'm going to move this sauce to this burner so it can continue cooking. And I'm going to do the vegetables now. So I have a pot here for the vegetables. I'm going to let that pot come up to heating, and I'm going to add a little more onions to this here. This order, we make every single Thanksgiving because it goes well with turkey when you're doing mashed potato and turkey and cornbread, and this vegetables, it goes really, really well with Thanksgiving, typical American Thanksgiving fare. So you have all of this. So every one of our homes make it. This was an accidental find. One of my very best friends in America is a Mexican girl named Jacqueline, and we have been friends from the time I came to this country. I worked under her because I cleaned house when I just got here, and she was the person who I worked under, and we remained friends ever since, and we are very, very, very close. So this one day she invited me to her home for breakfast. She made omelets, and this was what she added to the omelets. She didn't stuff the omelets with all this. She sorted some on the side as well. And we did it with the tortillas. My Lord, that was so amazing. So since then, we have been doing the same thing. A little bit of the seasoned butter, but I'm going to add a touch of the oil too so the butter wouldn't burn. Just a touch, you see, not a lot. Maybe half of a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon. Not a lot. So let that come to a quick saute, and then I'm going to add the vegetables. I'm going to add all the vegetables, but none of that will take very long to cook. And plus you don't want it to cook too much, because you want a little bite taste. So this is everything is cooking. The mushroom is still boiling, the potato is boiling, and this is sauteing here. Right, this is going excellent. Let it cook. Cut this a little more. find it is a little too big, these mushrooms. These are broccoli. Okay. So that's it. We'll continue cooking. I'm going to add some black pepper to this, that's freshly ground black pepper. As much as I can get out of this busy grinder. That's cooking good. Okay, and then I'm going to add 1 drop of this thing, not a lot. So I'm not going to add any salt until I taste this because of the chicken stock. I'm just going to let this saute until it's completely, all the water and everything is completely boiled, and taste it, and then we'll see what it wants from there. No salt and no water until... Oh, my husband is back. Say hi, my love.
Hi. Ready in time to eat?
No. You hungry?
No.
Okay.
I'm hungry. I can wait.
You can wait. We have steaks. I just seasoned the steaks and I'm making... Okay, so the mushrooms is almost done. So you will notice he take over so you could see the entire kitchen now. So the mushroom is there. So to that, I'm going to add some cream. I'm going to add some cream, whatever cream you have. I happen to have half and half in my kitchen. So that's what I use for coffee. So I'm going to let this cook out here. And then I'll see how hard or soft it is. And then taste it. The flavor and know what else I have to add. So everything is going as it is. This is boiling out, cooking down. This is completely cooking out. And this is cooking out. The mushroom is cooking. Let's see what the mashed potato is doing. Okay, the mashed potato is almost ready. I have this lime that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this lime twice, so either I have more in case I need it. In this, I'm going to take this out for a second and put it on top here, or maybe put it on it here, and preheat the oven. Preheat this stove. I'm going to do 425 and press start. It's not fries. I don't have fries. It's not fries I'm doing. How do I get out of fries? Okay. I'm doing my fries, steaks. My steaks. Chicken, fries, pastry, grill. And let it down. Right. Let's preheat that in. Okay, so that is going there. And this is continuing here to cook. There's it. Nice. See what is happening here. Okay. Let me see what is happening. get some salt. And I think it needs a little more chicken stock to cook on it. I don't think it's done. I think the mushroom is a little bit hard. So I'm going to leave this to cook for a little more. I add some more chicken stock to that. And while I have to make the steak, this will have to cook more because the mushroom is not soft. I thought it was, but if you notice, the mushroom is still tough. And if this is a sauce, it should not be tough. So I'm going to just leave it there and let it cook through until everything is done. I think it will take that much time. Let me see what's happening with this. Alright, let this continue. It has some water still. So I'm going to let this cook out. This could afford to be a little bit tough even because it's a vegetable. You really don't want it too soft. You want a little pull to it. And I'm going to taste the broccoli. Good. Put this a little pot. So instead of putting a little pot, I'm going to put a little slap in my mouth. Not a lot. Because as I said, I prefer theirs to be good. Spicy, but good. I prefer there to add your own salt and put where my husband cannot. So you could always add salt to your food when you're eating it. But he would stop eating immediately. Ooh, I didn't cut that piece. It's okay. So let it continue until it starts to get a little brown on the edges. And then I'll take that down, that'll be done. See what's happening here with the potatoes, and I think that is ready to strain. It's ready to strain. I'm going to strain that, put it back in the pot, and use that pot still to see, that's the edges. Yeah, so that means you see the edges are getting brown. Everything has burned out from this. That is what that is telling me. Everything is burned out. So I can take this out. This is done. Turn this low a little bit so that it's time to cook. And I'm going to move this here because that is done. That is done. This is done. The mashed potatoes I'm going to say about, and then I'm going to come back with the steaks. Okay? Good. If I use the big pot, I can do the 4 steaks at the same time. This is cooking here on low heat. This will go up in a little bit, but first, before I start that, this is the mashed potato. This is down here, and I'm going to just put everything inside here and smash it. So, here and here. That is telling me that this is ready. This is ready for putting this back into the oven now. I hope that is what it's telling me. So I'm going to let that cook there. Get a little bit of, this is the garlic thing I make, the garlic with the olive oil and stuff the other day. That was some, so I always keep them in the refrigerator. and I keep adding, I keep making more in case, because this is another one. So I have here, because anything you're cooking like this, or even if you're making fried rice, it's really, really tasty to add these kind of things to it. To add the garlic to it. I'm going to add some of the cream, but before I add the cream, I'm going to microwave it. I'm going to microwave some of the cream before I add it to the mashed potato. I don't want it hot, but it could be room temperature. So I'm going to add that to that. I'm going to add some black pepper, freshly ground. Okay. Freshly ground. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add a little bit of the herb butter and a little bit of the curry gold. Both is curry gold, but it's two different tastes. One is for seasoning, so you don't have to add any more seasoning because that has garlic and herbs. And then when I'm done, almost done, I'll add some of the curry gold and top for richness. Now, I know that a lot of people add cheese to their mashed potato, and that's good too. I just never like cheese in my mouth. I don't like the consistency you get when you add cheese to it. So I don't add cheese to mine. So while that is doing, I'm looking at the mushroom here. So it is cooking. Yep, starting to soften up. Perfect. Perfect. We will get back to that. That's it. When you taste this, get a spoon to bring that into the pot. That is hot. That is warm. Perfect. And we add some cream to my mashed potato. So I'm going to add all the cream, which is about a cup. This will be about a cup of cream to the extreme medium potato. But I telling you how much it is. Cream is you have to eyeball it, and is the consistency you like in your mashed potato. I like my mashed potato wet and runny because I sit the mashed potato at the bottom before I put this food, and so I like mine like that. Let me taste this for salt and for to know if I have to add anything else. That's good. That is good. I'm not going to add any more salt. Yet again, I will say, better you can't take out. So I will add salt to the top of mine when I'm ready. I want some of this raw garlic here. So I want some of this extremely big chunks of garlic. Because I want chunks of garlic in my mashed potato when you bite into it. So you see, I put some of the chunky garlic. This one is ground, so I'm not getting the close that for my sweetheart. I'm not getting the bite of the garlic that I want. So I'm going to use the chunky one. You can smell that now, can't you, baby?
Yes.
It smells like garlic in that. Okay? So I'm going to put one drop of this, and I'm done here. This is done. I don't need anything more from this. I'm going to let that sit. Let the mashed potato come up. Let the butter melt. And then when we are ready to eat it, I don't know what it's telling me. Okay, when we're ready to eat it, we'll taste it. But for right now, you can see the chunks, all the speckle of garlic in that, all the nice garlic, the creaminess. You see how soft and creamy that is? And you can make yours, put less cream if you want. I love mine. So I am done with this. So this mashed potato is done. This is, I would say this is done. Let's see. No, this has to be a little thicker. Let it continue cooking and then it'll dry out and then I have cream sauce. And I'm going to light the fire and cook the steaks now. That is the steaks. Okie dokie. We'll do a very little dollop here for finishing because it will thicken up the gravy a little. I'm going to turn this off and leave it to finish here. So it will have a little sauce. I'm going to taste it now and see if it needs anything else. Okay? Don't want anything in that, right? That's good. Oh, that's good. That is so good. That is so good. I didn't expect it to be that good. What can I say? It's spicy, Daddy. That's the jalapenos. But it'll cool down by the time you put all of this. Okay, so as I said before, when I started to season the steak, I moved all these things. I don't need anything here again. I'm going to put some of this lime juice into that. Okay, I have lemon, freshly squeezed lemon juice in the fridge. I bought in a packet, in a bottle, and you don't have to do any oil once you put the oil before in the steaks, like what I did here. So here is where I season the steak, salt and pepper only, mostly salt and pepper as usual. I don't want too much in it, too much seasoning, because I am a beef eater. I love steaks, I love beef, and if I can't taste the beef and I'm only tasting seasoning, I have a serious problem with that. And these steaks are definitely room temperature. There's no cold left in it, so it's not going to curl up when you cook it. So
Some people cut the fat line in.
Yep, and you can do that too, so it won't curl. I'm going to put this up. I'll press a little bit so that I'll get those marks. That's it. And that's it. I'm going to turn the pan on for a little bit, love, because I don't want it to So that, and I'm going to let that cook for 3 minutes at each side. So it's 50, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. I will turn it. I just want 6 minutes, 3 minutes on each side. And it will be a perfect medium rare. That will be a perfect medium rare steak. That smells so amazing. That mashed potato smells so good. So we're looking at this and seeing. Okay, so it's still cooking. I'm going to leave it here for a while. I'm going to leave it here for a little while and let it continue. And I'm going to this side. Can you say yes? That makes no sense. This is crazy. I don't know.
This is manually type, manually and visually type.
You do it, I don't know how.
No, what you think is not together?
Okay.
Just look at it, yeah. Just look at it, yeah.
That is what they say.
Eyeball it.
Okay, I can do that.
It's too technical for us.
I can do that. So on top that this is done. This cream sauce, mushroom cream sauce. I'm going to add some of this thyme leaf, a little bit of the thyme leaf, but that's it. I'm just going to add. Now, if you had fresh thyme leaf, that would work too, but I do not. I have fresh outside some rosemary that I can get.
There's a little bit
Oh,
of
there's
difference.
some, but this is good because I already add that in, and I don't want to add too much thyme because it could overpower. Thyme is a strong spice now. This could overpower everything. Now this will go for 1 minute again, then I'll fill it. Okay, so I'm going to turn this. So it's one, I'm going to turn this now. You see the color? It's gorgeous. Color is beautiful. So that's 54, 55, 56. I'm going to cook it on the other side for 3 minutes. And I'm going to take it 2 minutes. I think this don't need more than 2 or 3 minutes. And then I'm going to let it cook on this side. And there's some of the fat out here. Okay. Okay, and that's it. And that's it is done. Now you have to leave it to sit for at least 10 minutes and then you're done. So this is how it looks. There's 4 steaks here. The color is beautiful. The steak, all the steaks need to be finished now is to let it sit for a little bit. Okay. Nice and garlicky. So I'm going to add some of this to this. Here, some of this garlic sauce. This olive oil garlic sauce to this here while it's continuing. And take a small spoon. Add some of these things. I have the garlic and olive oil here. All I'm doing is taking just a little bit of the garlic and adding it to the top of this so that they'll have a lot of flavor. And when you're about to eat, you could squeeze a little bit of fresh lemon or lime, whatever you have. It's supposed to really be lemon, but I don't have lemon, so I'm going to use lime. I have lemon in a bottle, one of those organic lemon in the bottle, but that's it. And let that sit. I'm going to close it back a little bit now. I'm going to turn it in and close it back a little bit. And let that continue there. That is almost done, and then that'll be done. This is done. This is done. This, I will squeeze a little bit of this lime into this. Give it a nice fresh taste. That is not squeezing. That's it. That's it. That's a little. You can do more if you want. But that's enough for me for now. I don't need any more than that. Okay. That's it here. This is it. So you have some roasted vegetables here. You see what I did? You have some mushroom gravy in this for the steaks. And you have some mashed potatoes here, as you can see. And you have some scallop there that you can. These I got at Publix in a box. I followed the direction and I just added my own little home stuff to it. But all that is a Publix scallops that I got. And actually, if you want that this week, it's buy one get one free. So that is done. This is almost ready, and that will be done. You could smell it. It's so good. So I'm going to let that steak sit for a minute, and I'll see you back in a second when I dish out. So shout out, I have some shout outs I'd like to do to people who have been subscribing and supporting, and some I have and some I'll do another time. But I have to say a big shout out to these ladies who was by me the other day at Tassa. One lives in New York and one lives in Washington. Nafira Ali, and Michelle Charles. So Nafira Ali and Michelle Charles, big shout out to you. It was such an honor to meet you all. I love chatting with you all. I love your dispo. You were so elegant and charming, and I'm looking forward to seeing your facial line on Amazon coming soon, and I appreciate you all. Rachel Sipasad, thank you for big shout out to you and support. Geeta, Manisa, Trisha and Dave, who always support me. I love your channel. I love your family. I love the fact that you and your husband take the time off and go and do and see everything. I'm going to take this out. This is done. Look how beautiful this is. See, this looks gorgeous. That is there. I want to say, Radhika Bansi, thank you for your support. Brenda Pompey, Taste of Trini, Rishma, child, you are so amazing and gorgeous. You have a wonderful family. Tessa, Jobiti, Lynette Downs, who is my girl, who always support me years since I started the channel. Pearl Ali, my sisters who I mentioned earlier. Deborah Mohammed, Rosina, Rosera, Ram Logan, Jacqueline Mando, Jennifer, Ram Charan, Lachman Ramnarayan, Pinky Ramsahai, Sally Kumar, Ingrid Deer, Shirley Dorset, Lisa Baraku, I think that is how it's spelled. I'm not sure if it's pronounced right. Lisa Singh, Jade Home, my nieces and nephews, Rachel and Lionel and the grandkids who always look at all my video, Tristan and Kristen and all the babies, Preston and Caitlin and the baby. What's the baby name again? Colton. I forgot the baby name. Colton, I love you all. Michelle Ali and her kids, Natalie and Bozeman and Stacy and Eric and their babies, my beautiful, beautiful grandkids who always given me advice. I appreciate you all. My sister-in-law Sharada, who's always, always, always in my corner. Child, I love you very much. I had a guy, Tony Wong, who came to me he's from New York, but he came to visit and he came to look for me. He's Guyanese, but he lives in New York now. His brother was with him, and his son Brandon was with him. His brother is Chris, and his son is Brandon. I just wanted to say a big shout out to everybody. If I forget anybody, I promise you next time. But everybody who has supported me, who have been there, Charles Baker, who is doing so much for me now, the pan man in Trinidad. I appreciate you, Charles. I appreciate Charles have some magnificent costumes. And I went last night to look at them and they were gorgeous. Melissa Proctor, Annette Lemons, Yana Lefoon, Cynthia Pulisic, everybody, all my girlfriends. I love you all and I appreciate you all. And now I'm going to serve myself up some dinner for you to see how it is. And we'll take it from here. So, so I have a steak knife here. And I'm going to do some mashed potatoes. Thank you, my love. I'm going to do a little bit of these vegetables to one side. I'm going to do one of these steaks right here on the mashed potato right here. I'm going to do some of this mushroom sauce right on the mashed potatoes and on the steak like this. And I'm going to take one of these. Not sure if I'll finish all of this food, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So I don't think you need anything else, no spices, because this is hot. And I'm going to start with the steak. If you notice, you see that? It is soft and it is perfectly cooked. Watch that. That's a perfect medium. You see that? Let me bite it. Let me chew it and show you. Oh my Lord, this is so good. Oh, that is so good. That is delicious. It is so good. It is so good. It's not overcooked like the last one. You see the mashed potato with a little bit of the vegetable. That is an awesome mouthful of food. That is so good. The mashed potato is delicious. It didn't need anything else. The spice from the vegetable, because of the jalapeno, is giving it enough flavor. And let me see this scallop. Oh, it's hot. Let me see how it looks and tastes inside. Squeeze a little bit of the lime juice in it and see how that goes. Not bad. It's very creamy, and I guess we put so much different things in it that it had no choice but to be good. I don't know if we didn't add anything, if it would have been this good, but it is very good and it's cooked to perfection. It's not overcooked. I'm going to give you one more piece of this steak, but I really don't want to share my steak. Oh, it's so good. So very good. I have some bread. Where's the bread, honey? I have some bread here that you could use if you want to sop up the gravies with or whatever. And so it will be this kind of rolls, or if you had cornbread, I'm just going to take a little piece of it and put it together with these. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. I love you all. I love seeing you all. And I want to give a big shout out to the Takul, what's her name? The wife?
Bunny.
Bunny Takul. She does an awesome job. Congratulations, my dear. Keep it up. You are a very good cook for your age. You will be a phenomenal cook when you get older. You are an excellent cook now. I love you and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.